Hi Aquarius, this is Just with your May 1st to the 15th 2017 council. I hope that you guys are having an enjoyable day. So Aquarius, it looks like some of you guys were working really hard. It's really working a lot. And I feel like some of you were working a lot because it was helping you to avoid having to make a decision, having to kind of deal with something. Okay. Others of you, I feel that you were working a lot and now you're kind of like being able to kind of like reunite with people. Like I know that before you guys were a little bit standoffish and were kind of like wanting to just like be to yourself. And so some of you have started to re-engage, but that's in the past. So it could have been like the past 3 weeks. You've kind of regained your community, if you will, your people, if you will. This first couple of weeks of this month, you may be mentally kind of going through it. I'm not going to lie. There may be some issues with a loved one. So some of you may have some problematic situations with a loved one is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, there may be some problems with a loved one. What seemed okay at first may have turned around and been problematic. Okay. It's like, and I've been telling everyone this, I guess this is the theme. It's like for you guys, it's not stop, go, stop, go. It's good, bad, good, bad, like that. Like at first you had good news, then it was like, uh-oh, not so good news, and then good news, that sort of thing, right? So it could be that. And I do feel like some of you are moving forward. Some of you, I do see travel. So some of you could be making plans to travel with your family. Some of you may have to leave a family member behind, like you were gonna go with family, but now you can't go with family because there could be like some problematic situation going on with family. You're not able to kind of like move forward with them. Yeah, I do see some problems with family. Some of you could be having problems with your mother of some sort. So somebody in the family may be sick. And they could be out for like for a month or 4 months, that sort of thing. They could be in a hospital for like 4 days, that sort of thing. Okay. And now some of you have to go home because you have to go visit your family. But if you do, excuse me, that reunion is going to be really good. It's going to be what you need. And you may be worried. You may be worried for your mom, your sister. I feel it's a female. So you may be worried for a particular person because they're ill or there's, a serious situation that's gone on. And I do see some worry behind that. And some of you may, a father figure or someone that is your father, someone's like a mentor to you, maybe someone that you can rely on, that sort of thing. Okay. Is what I'm getting here for some of you. So I do see some type of disappointment. Some of you could have left a job and you have to kind of like go back home or go back to where you were. Like if you work at a distance, you may go back home. Some of you, because I see going back to a place that's familiar now that there's like a separation or end to something is what I'm getting here. And if there is like a parting of ways with a company or your job, I do see like some of you have been trying to decide or recollect, like, what am I going to do? What's the next step for me? What am I going to do is what I'm sensing here. So you may have thought about that for like a month, but then all of a sudden, and glad to hear that out of the blue, because this Uranus, I don't know how it's touching. I think it's affecting Pluto, that Uranus-Pluto thing. There's a square there. So, yeah, that's what I'm kind of seeing. I'm not seeing a lot of death cards, but that Uranus is hitting something. And for you guys, it's kind of like benefiting you because you guys are Aquarius, and I think there's a benefit there. Don't quote me. I'm not an astrologer. But there's going to be a new beginning. There's an opportunity for a new beginning for a lot of you guys. Okay. Yeah. So there's an opportunity for a new beginning, and it may create you to have to kind of like move on is what I'm getting. Move on from a situation, or move is what I get there. So if you are, leaving one job, don't get caught up mentally of stressing yourself out, because you're going to be fine. You're going to get a new opportunity, and that's where you need to put your focuses on, is your new opportunity and where you can move forward in. And I do see some of you will be doing that because you have a family to feed, right? You have family, you have obligations, that sort of thing. You're dependent on, and so therefore you're going to be, moving forward. There may be some place that's interested in you, but you don't want to be there. You don't want to work there. Someone could give you a tip like, hey, such and such is hiring. You're like, I don't want to work there. I'm not going to take that little bit of money, like that type of thing. So I'm pulling cards, and I keep pulling cards because I don't know why. I'm just getting as many cards I already have down here. I keep pulling more cards, and that's what I've been doing for several signs lately. And I feel like some of you, again, you're going to hear something out of the blue about your mother. Okay, it's going to be something out of the blue that you hear about with your mother. Some of you may have to really go see your mom, or yeah, that's what I'm getting. Go see your mother. Okay, but women is going to be very much a theme for you guys. I feel like in May period, not just the first 2 weeks. Now, excuse me. Some of you are going to, or the mother of your children, that sort of thing. If it's the mother of your children, some of you may have to pay out some money. Okay, is what I'm getting. You may realize you have some child support, and it may be disappointing to you to hear that this person filed child support on you. Then you may be stressing yourself out, like, how am I going to pay this, and how much money am I going to have to pay? And they may be at a distance, so you have to go to the state that her and the children are at, and answer. And I said the same thing for Capricorn, but I'm seeing the same message here for you guys. And she may have already moved on. Excuse me. So she's in a relationship, she's married, that sort of thing, but she's still filing on you is what I'm kind of seeing here. So I do see some worry and concern around that. Now, as it relates to like monies, it seems like money is going to you guys are fine, by the way. You're fine. Even if you have like distance or separated from a company, at the basis and the core of everything, you're going to be okay. And then there is another opportunity that you can go to, albeit you may not want it, or it may not be your first choice, but there will be an option to go someplace. So you won't be without money, I don't feel, at all. And some of you would just make a smooth transition from one job to the next. As far as those of you that's at work and working, I feel like you're going to be having like more of a take charge attitude. Somebody leaving may kind of throw you off a little bit, because I do see like maybe 3 people may leave or 2 people may leave, that sort of thing. It may throw you off a little bit, but for the most part, a lot of you guys are going to be pretty much taking a take charge attitude. Some of you may be out yourself. So some of you may have to go in for surgery or that sort of thing. And you may be out for 3 weeks. Some of you may be on vacation for 3 weeks. And during your time of vacation, I do see that your job could be stressing you. Like, we need this and that type of thing. So you may not be able to rest, even though you're on vacation, because you may have to go back to work to put out a fire. You may there's an urgency of some sort that's requiring you to either go somewhere or to get involved. That's what I want to say. Now, as it relates to work, as it relates to love, I feel like a lot of you are getting on the other side of heartbreak, right? So you're becoming more and more disconnected from someone that you separated from, or someone. You may feel like somebody's doing that. Like, you're heartbroken and they've moved on, right? And you're kind of stuck in this place of not being able to understand why you haven't heard from the person, or why you can't connect with someone, is what I'm getting. Someone is not making themselves available to you. Okay. Some of you could be doing that to someone. You're not making yourself available. And some of you could be hiding behind work. I got to go home. I got to go to work, or I got to go this. Because you really don't want to kind of like deal with something with someone. I do see that some of you are dealing with some like missing someone. I do get like you're missing someone and there's some loss, right? So you lost someone and all you want is to really reunite with that person. That's really all you want. You just want to reunite with them. You may just want to like, I just want to have a fun night with them. I just want to talk to them until the sun comes up. I just want that time we had before. Like, that's what I'm sensing. Like, some of you just want that time you had before with someone. But you know, that would require for some of you to do something that's not, you know, ethical. And I do see this kind of trying to sneak. Some of you are sneaking. Some of you are not being necessarily honest, but it's stressing you out, the sneaking and the dishonesty. Even if it's that you're not literally sneaking and being dishonest. In your mind you are, in your heart you are, and even that may be stressing you out. Like, what does this mean? Why am I feeling like this for this person still? Why is all these feelings coming up again? You know, and what does this mean? And some of you could just be like wanting a particular person, but you can't be with that person, and that could be stressing you out too. And it's been like for a month since you've been able to speak with them, or since you reached out, or 4 months since you've been able to communicate with that person, and you just can't seem to connect with them. And I feel like the latter part of the week, I do feel like some of you are going to be trying to like give a little bit of attention here, give a little bit of attention there. For those of you that can connect with that person, is what I sense, right? But I just keep getting like, either someone's going to try to reach out to you, can't get you, or you're going to try to reach out to somebody, can't get them. Or you may not, and you're just mentally struggling because you miss someone, but you can't be with them. All right, they've moved on. They may even moved on with their family, or you may perceive that they've moved on and they're happy and they don't want to be with you anymore, right? Others of you could just be traveling, you know, and in a very happy relationship. You've gotten over a past relationship that was hurtful and painful, involved another person of some kind, even though I don't feel like it was like, there could have just been like frivolous cheating, which cheating is never frivolous, but to the person that's doing it, that the person that they're cheating with may not be significant to them. So in that way, I mean frivolous, but nonetheless, you know, it created the problem of deceit, and therefore it was a breakup. I do feel like some of you that can relate to that, you've moved on. You've moved on. And for some of you, this could have been your family. So this person you have children by, they've moved on. Or you've moved on, right? And you're in a healthier state now. Although a lot of you guys are getting stable again. So you went through it the past 7 weeks, the past 9 weeks, and now 9 days. And it was like a metamorphosis of like, you're trying to trick yourself to not mentally have to deal with it. And then, you know, the last 2 days or the last 2 weeks, it was just hell. You had to deal with it, right? And now you're leveling out, or you will be leveling out. You will get to a place of stableness. You know, you will get stable again. And it may have taken you a month to get there. You know, or for some of you, it may take you a month to get there, but you'll level out. You'll stabilize yourself. And I feel like even if you're having a problematic situation with a family member, your mom, that sort of thing, it'll work. Like, it'll level out. Okay. And if your mother is having some sort of issues and you have a lady that you're in a relationship with, I feel like your obligation is going to be to your mom, and she's going to support that. So for some of you Aquariuses, I know I'm speaking for men, but it could go the same way for you women. You may find yourself being very supportive of your mate, because he could be going through a crisis situation with his family, or you going through a crisis situation with your family, and therefore your mate is there for you, and that's going to strengthen your bond together. I do sense, and that's the case. I feel like the stress will be coming from just the stress of a parent. Some of you, your parent may be passing. I do see that. I was seeing it before, but then I clarified it, and yeah, I got more of a confirmation. So there could be a passing of a relation of someone, or you could still have been dealing with that, because I think I've seen that last time. Others of you, I feel like if you're going through a hectic situation in a relationship with someone, I feel like your relationship is going to be going through some type of transformation. Okay. And it'll be like out of the blue. So for some of you, bam, out of the blue, you went through a trial with your family, your mate was there, and then you fell more in love with them, and you guys have bonded stronger. Or some of you, there's just going to be this changing of energy, okay? And it could be because now I want to see, like, it could be a breakup. Some of you will have breakups and you will move on from a particular person that you just didn't feel like. If you do break up with them and you choose to leave, you feel like this person wasn't really there for you. They wasn't really supporting you, or you feel like the person is against you, is what I get. And so I do feel like, when I say against you, meaning they're not for you, right? And so they may be kind of like bringing your stock down, if that makes any sense. And then others of you guys feel like you're kind of like just trying to sift through these feelings that you have from someone from your past that you really want to be with, or you kind of just want to connect with that person, but there's somebody that you're in a relationship with. So you're sifting through those energies as well. So that's what I have for you guys for the remainder of for the first 2 weeks of May. I've been saying that it seems like all day. For the first 2 weeks of May, hopefully this has been helpful for you. If you'd like to share with us how this relates to you, please do so in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. And if you're new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Aquarius.